If you're wondering what are a few simple drills to work on before you run or before you move without getting to the ground, doing foam rolling, doing mobility, doing activation, doing a lot of different dynamic movements, very simply what you can work on is single leg stance, marching, and skipping. Okay, so these are very simple before you run. I hear so many people, I ask them, oh, do you do a dynamic warm-up? Yeah, I start slow, I walk, I run, I jog, and then I pick up to my running speed. Okay, not so much a dynamic warm-up. Yes, you're starting slow and you're progressing, but there's really nothing really priming or prepping the body for your run. So what I like to work on first is single leg stance, just getting yourself in that position to connect with the muscles, work on a little bit of balance, stability, core activation here, maintaining a nice rigid core, tall posture, and holding that position 20, 30, 40 seconds per side just to really prep and prime the movement. So obviously this is running in a stationary fashion, is holding that position. Okay, knee is up, I feel hip flexor on this leg, I feel quad and glute and a lot of muscles around the lower leg which weren't working right there in that instance as well. But coming up here, holding that position, staying up nice and tall, core, muscles at the shoulder blades, maintaining a nice tall posture, and just really reinforcing that position before I get into more of a dynamic movement. Then from there, marching. So marching we can do stationary, or we can, if we want to start going, so if you're starting off your run, you just jumped on the greenway or the trail and you want to get moving without staying in place, we can do this as, instead of walking to warm up for our run, do this just to get moving. So marching, same position, starting off nice and light and soft, and then I actually want to drive a little more force because I want to really drive with the glute and the hamstring and push some force into the ground, because essentially that's what's going to propel you forward, is that drive and that propulsion. So from here, nice tall position, opposite arm, opposite leg, and I'm up here tall. I feel the core engage. I feel myself driving into the ground, and I'm starting to fire these muscles around the calf and the lower leg a lot more to really push off into the ground and help me change my position, okay? And then from there, what I can do is going to different skipping variations. So now I want to put that in motion going forward, okay? Driving, pushing into the ground. Different skipping variations, I can go backwards. But now I'm really prepping, adding a more of a dynamic movement, more similar to running as I land, and then quickly propel the body forward. So those are 3 different drills that you can incorporate before your runs. Very simple to do, very similar to the running movement pattern that I think if you can work on consistently on a daily basis, you'll easily improve activation and balance and stability, and really prime that push off and that elasticity from the lower leg and the hip.